Hello friends, our project title is Indexing Mechanism to Enhance the Productivity and Quality in Side and Face Milling Cutter SFC Manufacturing. Project members are M. Larson, D. Saranan, D. Surendra. Project guide Mr. Balaji Kasaram, M.Tech. Abstract. Our project is about implementing indexing mechanism in side and face milling cutter manufacturing in PLC machine. The indexing mechanism is placed under the table where it helps to rotate the workpiece. The table can be moved vertically in up and down movement. This movement helps in the perfect angle of cut. The program language used are ladder, boolean, graphite in PLC. And the servo motors are used to control the rotary motion given by the indexing mechanism through pneumatics, and it also controls the movement of the table. The time consumption to do the particular job is less in automated SFC when compared to manual SFC. Side and face milling cutter. The side and face milling cutter is generally do milling operation in such a way it can do long, deep, open slots in more efficient manner and provide the best stability and productivity for this type of milling. Type of indexing mechanism used in SFC. In SFC, the indexing mechanism type is worm and worm wheel mechanism. The indexing mechanism plays an important role in the automation of SFC in indexing mechanism used in worm and worm wheel in ratio 1:50. The indexing mechanism is started and stopped by pneumatic hoses with the help of PLC. Work study in manual SFC. In manual SFC, the indexing mechanism is placed down the table and rotated by fixing a rod in the indexing mechanism and turned by hand. The feed given per teeth in manual SFC will vary, and the depth of cut may also vary in manual SFC. In manual SFC, the vibration of the table is high and because of uneven and usual clamping. This affects the design of the workpiece. The SFC milling cutter consists of tool harbor to fix the tool, whereas the tool rotates in the rotational motion. A movable table where it helps to move the workpiece in up and down motion, and below the workpiece the indexing mechanism is placed which is used to rotate the workpiece. First the workpiece is placed on the work table, then the tool is rotated to machine the workpiece. The part to be feed is done manually by the operator. After the feed, the workpiece is rotated by the indexing mechanism by a rod inserted to indexing mechanism. The indexing mechanism is used to make a perfect angle of cut and requires shapes used to machine perfectly according to the angle of cut given by the indexing mechanism. This is the manual operation done in manual SFC, and this is the picture of it. Method of manual SFC. In present method, the indexing is done manually by rotating the workpiece with a rod fixed in the indexing mechanism. The present method shows the time variation in the same workpiece for a feed per teeth. Since the feed per teeth is manual and the operator will not consider the time given per feed to the teeth, the present method has a difficulty in setting the angle of cut and also use a prolonged time to index. The indexing mechanism placed below the table is worm and worm wheel. The indexing error may occur due to wrong indexing. The indexing mechanism placed in the present method shows errors is due to the improper clamping. The measure taken by the operator to reduce the indexing mechanism will lead to time consumption. Table vibration also is a major reason for the indexing error. This is a picture of manual SFC. Need of improvement in the present method. In present method, skilled laborers are used to machine the jobs. This makes the labor cost high, and for complex shapes an angle of cut is difficult. The indexing error in the present method may lead the workpiece as a scrap, and the table vibration of the present method is also high. This may lead to the irregular machining of the workpiece. The time of the indexing from one teeth to another teeth may vary since it is done manually. This may increase the time of the job. The feed per teeth may also vary in manual feed because the feed given by operator may vary for a teeth to another teeth. The depth of cut will also vary since the operator cannot calculate the depth of cut in every single teeth of a workpiece. Proposed method of SFC. In the present method, there are many difficulties and errors. In order to overcome the difficulties and errors, a new design is proposed. This design helps to overcome the errors and the difficulties by the operator. The design proposed consists of a tool harbor, a table to keep the workpiece. Another table where the workpiece is kept below which the indexing mechanism is kept. The movement of the indexing mechanism is controlled by the pneumatic system, where the pneumatic system is controlled by the servo motors. Since the servo motors are very useful in braking, this helps the indexing mechanism to stop, and these operations are controlled by PLC, Programmable Logical Control. The tool is made to machine the workpiece. The indexing is done perfectly. The angle of cut is also done perfectly. The time to machine the workpiece is also reduced, and most importantly, the error is reduced in the workpiece and gives a fine finish. Working process of a proposed method. The proposed method also works as the present method, in which it overcomes the drawbacks of the present method, like indexing error, vibration of the table, angle of cut, depth of cut. Time to machine the workpiece is reduced. The components of the proposed method and tool harbor, movable table, workpiece table, indexing mechanism, servo motors, PLC software are used. The proposed method is designed in such a way that the SFC is automated in order to improve the quality level of the job. The proposed method helps the operator to reduce the burden in this workpiece. Basically, the tool is fixed in the harbor. When the workpiece is placed in the table is generally moved in rotatory motion with the help of the indexing mechanism. The to and fro motion is done by the table per feed, and speed of the tool is machined in the same for the workpiece, and overall the process is controlled by PLC software. Design of SFC. Design of tool. The tool plays an important role where the workpiece tool is fixed and helps to machine it. There are many types of tools, but we use single and double cutters, and there are also many different shapes of cutters, like corner round cutter, convex round formed cutter, gear tooth cutter, single angle cutter, double angle cutter, concave formed cutter, etc. Design of table. The design of table is used to move the workpiece in up and down movement, where it is useful to machine the workpiece without damaging the tool. The movement of the table, once moved in, is made to adjustment in such a way that the work and the workpiece measures automatically. The workpiece in the table is very important in the design, where the automation took place here. The indexing mechanism is kept in below the table with pneumatic hoses, which in turn the workpiece automatically according to the program given by the PLC. The PLC is a software, is a device software used to control the machine process or progress. The indexing mechanism table. The indexing mechanism table plays an important role in the automation of SFC. The indexing mechanism uses worm and worm wheel in 1:50 ratio. The indexing mechanism is started and stopped by pneumatic hoses controlled with the help of PLC. Uses of servo motors and PLC softwares. Servo motors in SFC. The servo motors are used to control the indexing mechanism in the table and to and fro motions of the table by pneumatic. The servo motors used to give good braking system, that is, the indexing can be stopped accordingly in such a way it is highly accurate of indexing. Programmable Logical Control, PLC. The PLC logical control is used to control the SFC and makes it automatically. The Programmable Logical Control, PLC or Programmable Control, is a digital computer used for the process of automation of an electromechanical process such as control of machinery on factory. PLC are used in many industries and machines, and the programmable language used are ladder, boolean, graphic. Graphic means graphical function, command, E-tape transition, which are used to program in the PLC. This is a picture of the proposed method. Advantages over the present method by the proposed method. For a 2-inch diameter in manual process, it took 3 minutes for setting and 7 minutes for operation. But for our method, it took 2 minutes for setting and 5 minutes for operation. In 14 inches, cutter used set cutter. In manual, setting time is 15 minutes and operation time is 25 minutes. But in a proposed method, the setting time is just 12 minutes and the operation time is 20 minutes. Merits of the proposed method of SFC. The labor work is reduced since the indexing mechanism is done automatically and the setting time of the SFC is less when compared to the present method. The accuracy of the job is high since the indexing error is less and also negligible. The tool life is also increased since the tool is used to feet per teeth is the same for the whole workpiece. The depth of cut is the same for the whole teeth of the workpiece and hence the finish will be great. The PLC software is a user-friendly software and can be easily understood. The SFC time taken to complete the job is less when compared to the present method. No skilled laborers are used to run the machine and hence the labor cost is eventually reduced. The angle of cut is very accurate in automated SFC. Manufacturing, since the indexing mechanism is perfectly done in automation, complex shapes like corner round cutter, convex formed cutter, gear tooth cutter, single angle cutter, double angle cutter, concave formed cutter are easily done with the high accuracy, whereas in present method the complex shapes are difficult to make. The job done in automated SFC manufacturing is accurate and the scrap is negligible when compared to the manually done job SFC. Conclusion. The SFC manufacturing is application of mechatronics principles. The usage of indexing mechanism in the manufacturing of SFC is to decrease the manual effort and increase the quantity of the product. The SFC manufacturing shows the importance in automation of it to make it faster and usage of skilled labor is reduced, and it also shows the reduction in the labor cost. Using SFC manufacturing, the automation is very fast and accurate, and the production cost is less when compared to the manual SFC. The automation of SFC manufacturing ensures the safety in working, indexing error and the feed error is reduced, and also negligible, in which that is it could not take place in automated of SFC manufacturing. The usage of pneumatic hoses doesn't cost much and helps in the easy automation, and eventually the manufacturing cost is less. Thank you.